What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a unique presentation that I hope you really enjoy today. I'm going to be showing off my ever-growing Kel'el Ware collection. And some of you may know exactly why I am collecting him. And others of you may say, why? Well, there's a reason behind it, yes. I'm taking a bit of a gamble, but there's some logic behind it. So I'm a huge Miami Heat fan. If you don't know this already, if you are a Miami Heat fan, then you might already know why Kel'el Ware is such an exciting future for this team, or just in general, as an NBA star. So Stephon Castle, as we know, won the Rookie of the Year award for this past year. But Kel'el Ware was actually in consideration. Now, I think he did win all rookie second team, but he got Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Month honors back in January. And there was a particular game where he played against Wembanyama and the Spurs, and he showed Wembanyama in that game who's boss. It was unbelievable. Such a fun game. If you get a chance, look that up on YouTube. Look up that game. And yeah, Kel'el Ware just outscored him. I think out-rebounded him, just outplayed him altogether. Now, Kel'el Ware does not have the consistency of Wembanyama. He did not play a full season. Had he played a full season, had Coach Spo put him out there early on, maybe he'd had a better shot at getting Rookie of the Year. But here's the deal with Kel'el. The bad is, they say, his motor. In other words, does he have the drive, the ambition, the determination? He's 7 foot, 7'1", somewhere around there. So he already has the physical presence, and he's not huge. He's not like Giannis, maybe not yet. But he can dominate the boards. He's basically a walking double-double. You're going to expect him to put up easily 10 plus points, maybe 15 every game, 10 plus rebounds, and 2-3 blocks a game, so it seems. He still needs to be more dominant, though. He has the ability to take control with his size, but we haven't really just seen him unleashed yet. He was struggling in the summer league this year. Just a few weeks ago, Coach Spo called him out. Boom, he responded right away with 2 incredible games. Now that summer league, in the end, summer league means diddly. So he's going to be entering his sophomore season. My prediction is this, if all goes well. My prediction is if he puts on the weight, he puts on the muscle in a couple years, and this is a stretch, but he could be the next Wemby, possibly Giannis. I know that's a stretch. If he is even a fraction of either of those guys, hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. So we will see. But I watched him because I watched Miami Heat games religiously, and I saw his first few games, and I was like, okay, there's something special about this. And I was following him and people online talking about him, and so many people believe in him. So if you're not a Miami Heat fan, you may not be aware of him. And I encourage you to maybe check him out. Maybe watch him this sophomore year, see where he heads. But he has the potential to become an all-star in another 2 years, maybe. We'll see. But I have put a lot of time and obviously money into this collection. All right, so let's go ahead and dig on in. Okay, so I'm about to show you. I'm going to try not to take too much time. There are a ton of cards here. Not every card. You can't see every card right now that's on the screen. I'm not really going to be moving my camera around. I got my camera fixed, and it just works better that way. But I'm going to start with the cheaper cards, and I'm going to go up from there. Almost all of these cards I purchased individually off eBay. There's maybe 1 or 2 I pulled from a pack. They were obviously base cards. So all the good stuff, I purchased. I bought a lot of these cards as soon as I saw him having some great games. And at the time, This was when really the only cards available were cards from like Leaf and Bowman. Just cards that I'm not really interested in. I know some people love the Bowman, but I just can't get into that. The only Prism cards were the draft picks. So I have a ton of these draft picks, and I know that they're not the same as getting the player in their NBA uniform. I think they're licensed though. It's still Panini Prism. I could be wrong about that. I don't know how that works, but they still have value, and I was able to get some at really good prices and some really, you know, good rarities, if you will. I'm going to end this video though with my best card, and it is a 1 of 1. So stay tuned. See if you can stick with me through this video, because I'm going to unveil the 1 of 1 card that I've got of Kel'el Ware. Very proud of that one. It's my only 1 of 1 card ever. So stick around. I will be showing that in the end. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with just some very basic base cards. I've got a big stack of them here. I'm going to try not to knock over anything else. Let me split this up a little bit. Okay, so again, you know, Don Russ, base card, pulled that out of a pack. Got the Monopoly. Did not open any boxes of Monopoly. So that's just the base card. Generally, if I bought a base card, I probably spent $1 at the most. Free shipping sometimes. Maybe the shipping was $1, so $2. I did pull this Hoops out of a pack as well. Again, that's just the base. And then I've got some of these draft picks I was telling you about. So there's this Variation, which is a horizontal card. I got a bunch of these base cards. Again, you know, $1 each. And then there's this one, which is not the Variation. It's just considered the standard. This is vertical. So again, just the base. Got one of these Arriving Nows. I can't remember if I pulled that. Otherwise, I probably just got it for $1. I know this Greetings. I may have pulled that too. I don't know. But early on when they released these Hoops, I was buying them, you know, $1 a piece if I could. Here's some more of the draft picks. These are just the base cards, so got a bunch of those. Again, draft picks, new recruits, a base card. Fearless insert, the base card. There's one that's still got the tape on it. And that's also got tape on it. So you can see I got a bunch of those draft pick base cards. But like I said, paid nothing for them. Those aren't really going to be worth much. Are they even worth grading someday? Probably not. Here's another base Hoops card. Along with Hoops, there was these Now Playing. These are just the base. So a lot of these cards you can get hollows. I just wasn't that interested. I got these very early on. And then when Hoops kept coming out, I was just kind of tired of them. And Hoops are not as valuable or as pretty as, say, the other Panini products, such as Prism Select and all. Some more base Hoops rookies. The We Got Next is kind of cool. Again, just a base insert. This is the Winter Variation. You can see with the border there. Still just a base card. And I got some of these base Monopoly rookies. So here's a hollow of the new recruits. So, you know, that's a little bit prettier, probably going to be worth a few more dollars. And a base of the, what is this? The Variation. So those that I just showed you, I probably will not get graded unless, like, Kel'el just, like, absolutely knocks it out of the park in the next couple years, because you know you got base cards now of Luka and Giannis and even SGA, getting those graded. I mean, a base Prism Luka, I think, is like, if it's a 10, of course, the base card is like $200. So that's pretty wild. Okay, so I've got the rest of these cards are all over the place. So I am just going to pick a stack and go with it. So here I've got one of these. This is the, what is this? The orange cracked ice? Yeah. Rookie. This is not the Monopoly. This is the actual Prism. So these are not numbered. They're very common. I've only got one of these, but I thought, you know, definitely worth having at least one of those. Let me stick with Prism. I've got one of these red, white, and blues. And these, that I'm showing you, I got $5-6, free shipping. So I didn't pay a whole lot. Checked them over. They seem to be in good condition. So, even those might be worth grading at some point. Again, we will see. These aren't numbered cards, so these are more common. The numbered cards, I don't think I bought any. We'll see here in a second, because they were just, at this point, I'd spent so much money on the draft pick cards. I was just like, ugh, I'm just going to get a bunch of these non-numbered cards. I got 3 of the pink cracked ice. So, again, not numbered, pretty common. But, I got these for like, $5-6 a piece. The greens, the green hollow, really common. But I thought, hey, I got this one for like $2. And then there's like $1 shipping. And I thought, okay, I can at least get one green, right? Especially in good condition. It's still better than the base. Got 2 of these cracked ice. They're pretty common as well. Very, very nice looking cards, though. Again, not numbered. I got them under $10 each, so I thought that's worth it. I did get this one. Now, you got to forgive me. Some of these I don't remember the names on. This is not the cracked ice, of course. This is not disco either. I just forget the name of it, and I don't think they say on here. I know a lot of you probably know exactly what this is. It's not numbered, so it's, I think, is this a hyper? This might be hyper. It just sort of came to me. I think it's hyper. I could be wrong. But very nice looking card. Again, got that under $10. So a lot of these non-numbered cards, I'm not going to spend more than $10 on, of course. The red cracked ice, very common. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I bought more of those because of the color match. Miami Heat uniform, the red. So it made sense to get the red cracked ice. And these red, let's see, what are these? Wave, maybe? I think these might be the Ruby Wave. But again, because they're red, they're not numbered, but because they're red, color match, I thought picking up a few extra of those might be nice. And the ones that are not numbered but tend to have the most value, if you've noticed and done some research on Prism rookie cards, it's the non-numbered that has the most value tend to be these silver hollows. So I try to pick up as many of these as I can. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on average, these go right now for about $10 raw. I've seen some graded ones. 10s, of course, for already around $100. Okay, I thought I had some Monopoly. I do. So I've also got a couple of Monopolies here. Again, cracked ice. I just end up getting one of those. The Monopolies are not worth nearly as much, you may have noticed. Still nice cards, though. This one is a numbered one, but Monopoly, unlike the standard Prism, they actually numbered them as high as, in this case, 1,499, $14.99. Usually most numbered cards I've seen are max $299, I think, $299. But Monopoly will do like, $500, or in this case. This is I forget what this is. Monopoly has their own parallels. It's an orange something. But the point is, it's actually a numbered card, 277. Is it worth that much? I mean, it's worth grading probably one day, sure. I can't remember what I paid for this. Maybe 10. I paid a little more because, numbered card. Thought it was interesting. I believe that's all my Prism. Now, I'm going to save the draft picks for the end. There's a reason for that. Again, the draft picks are not necessarily the best cards, but in my case, they actually are. Stick around. I'll show you what that's all about. I've got 2 Don Russ here. I don't know why I put this base card in this holder. But there's another base rookie. And then I've got one of the hollows. Really, really pretty card. This one is I forget what this is called too. I'm definitely not as familiar with the Don Russ, like a hollow laser or something. But it's numbered, 76 out of 149. So I thought, hey, at least one numbered Don Russ card might be worth getting. I've got some random cards here, just a couple. I'm not really into these cards as much. This is the, what are these called? Okay, totally certified. This is not, I don't think this is numbered at all. Sometimes these numbered cards are kind of hidden, but anyway, it's a hollow, silver hollow. I think it's called a graffiti, but very cool card. Nonetheless, I really like this card. Very nice looking, so I had to have that. Didn't have to pay too much. I love die cuts. I don't see die cuts that often. I don't know how popular they are, but this red die cut color match is great. Numbered what we got, 28 out of 125. Again, totally certified, so not as popular as Prism, but a very nice card. Love the color match on that. And then these Revolutions, I got 2 of these. I think I got both for $5. Nothing special, but great looking cards. They say groove on them, but I don't think that's any kind of special parallel. Maybe it is actually, but I don't think they're worth a whole lot, but they're great looking cards. The only other ones I have before, okay, I've got Select and I've got Hoops. Let's go to the Hoops. This one I love. I had to have this. This is the Year of the Dragon, and that's also a color match. Red again, numbered 8 out of 75. I did pay a little bit more for this because, again, I love this idea. Some people may not, the dragons might be a little overboard, but it is a great design, great color match, numbered. I had to have it. I got some other numbered hoops. Now, the numbered hoops, even though they're numbered, it's hoops, so, not as popular, but here, 8 out of 25, so we got a lower number. This is some kind of orange laser, maybe? I'm not sure. I got this. I think this is a teal explosion. And the trick with these is the borders that are dark there, you can see down at the bottom, really rub off easily. So I think this was one of the first hoops I bought. I overpaid a little bit, got excited. It's not even numbered. And then I realized that was chipped. So yeah, now it's a couple bucks, but I paid like 25. That's probably the one Kel'el Ware I'm embarrassed at and overpaid, but everything else I feel good about. Here we got another red color match, 34 out of 49. So I thought, that was really cool to pick that one up. Again, not sure what it is called. It's not like red laser or anything, but anyways, color matches are always nice. The Arriving Now, here is a hollow. I think I showed you the base earlier. This is I think premium stock. Yeah, so it's premium stock. It's not as good as getting a silver hollow, but nevertheless, that would be cool to have one of those. This one's pretty cool. The irony, heat, and then we've got winter. So I don't know if anyone would appreciate the irony in this design, but it's like a winter hollow. Still a nice looking card. It's not numbered though. They're not that common. I think this one I may have overpaid for too, this yellow. It's not even that pretty. It's not shiny. I can't remember what I paid for it. Maybe 10 bucks, and I think that was overpaying for that. All right, I got Select, and I bought all of these almost like just bam, 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 one after another. These Select cards are really cool. I still don't remember the difference, like Concourse and Mezzanine and all that, which one's rare. This is a Concourse, though, of a red, white, and blue. So, again, not numbered, but a very nice looking card. I like the red and white because it kind of fits with the jersey. Not considered a color match with the blue, but nevertheless, I like it. This would be the premier level. So obviously a different photo. Very nice looking. This is cracked ice, red cracked ice, I believe. So a nice little color match on that. Here is a red cracked ice. So another color match. This is the Concourse level. And here's another Concourse, the Silver Hollow, which is always going to be nice to have at least one of those. I had to have a silver for sure. Here we have a Silver Disco. I don't think it's numbered, but a very nice looking card as well. This one was pretty cool, the patch. As much as I guess I dislike patches, I still wanted this card because they're hardly ever the game used patch. If it's game used, that makes sense. But nevertheless, it's kind of a cool card. I love this zigzag design with kind of like lightning in the background. And then, of course, getting it as a silver hollow was extra special. So I didn't pay but $8 maybe, $7 for this, I think. So I thought, why not? Go for it. Here's a red, white, and blue. Again, this is... I don't know if it's called red, white, and blue because it's got a different effect on there. But a premier level. But nevertheless, very nice looking card. This one's actually pretty basic. These are easy to pull. But this is the... this is also the... excuse me, Concourse. A blue hollow. Pretty common. But I'd rather have that than the base card. I don't think I even got any base cards. I've got an orange... is that a seismic? Forgive me. I'm not sure. Pretty common, not numbered. Nice card. Green Mojo is pretty cool. I think that's Mojo. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Again, not numbered, just the Concourse. So a lot of these selects are quite nice, but none of them are numbered. There's a lot of varieties, maybe more with Select than the Prism. This is a teal, I want to say. I'm just not sure. Nice looking card. This one is numbered, 146 out of 299 premier level. So nice looking card there. And of course, another color match. Gotta get some color matches. Red Cracked Ice. And then we got two more selects. We've got the oh, I forgot what this is called. It reminds me of candy. I know it's not candy, but I forget what this one's called. Green, purple, red. I don't know. There's a name for it. Not numbered, but still kind of cool. Again, some of these I only got for a couple bucks. This one's really cool. It's like a blue disco. Not a color match at all when you get the blue in there, but numbered card, 74 out of 99. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I love those selects this year. I think the design's really cool. I don't have any mosaic. I've kind of put a pause on getting Kel'el Ware because I just spent so much money. I say I spent so much money. It's all relative. For me, it's probably more than I should have. Now, the rest of my collection is the draft picks. And you might be thinking, God, why do you get so many of these draft picks? Well, this was all that was kind of available at the time. I was trying to buy him up before the prices went up. So a lot of these I got at really good prices. Really good prices, I think. Like these greens I got for like $1. They're the most common. So there's the regular issue. And then we've got the variations. I think the variations are a little rare. I'm not sure. So I got those. Here's the silver hollow variations. I got 3 of those. So nice looking card. Again, $1. No, actually those I paid maybe $2. They're silver, so I got a bunch of these. Again, I only got them for a couple bucks. Okay, they're not all the same. So here's 3 of the silver hollows. And then this one, I think these 2 are hypers. Yeah. So you can see the design. It's not cracked ice. It's not disco. Disco has the little circles. But those are hypers. Again, none of these are numbered. And there is a silver hollow, again, of a variation. Okay. Let's stick with some of the more common ones. So color match on the Indiana uniform. And ironically, the Miami Heat. I think Indiana's red. I don't watch college enough. But 2 of the cracked ice. No big deal on those. Again, got them really cheap. Now these are a little more interesting. These are red. What is that? Red hypers? I don't know. They are numbered out of 299. So here's a 20 out of 299. And here is a 274 out of 299. So numbered, a little bit better. Of course, I had to pay more. But I seem to remember a lot of these were like $5, $6 for a numbered card. I mean, that's pretty good. Cracked ice, not numbered. Got 2 of the variations. All right, we got some more reds here. We got a bunch of these. These are all, I think these are red wave. They are not numbered, but I got 5 of them. So they were pretty cheap. So when they're cheap, you know, I buy them. And a lot of these, like I said, I bought really early on. Here's a variation of the red wave. All right, going on to purple. Now, purple, and I'm not going to show you all the purples. I'm going to show you most of them. Purples, I think, for the most part, are numbered. I've only got one of these, 43 out of 75. So this is just a purple hollow. Nothing fancy about it, but out of 75 is pretty good. Now, cracked ice is never going to be numbered to my knowledge. Well, I shouldn't say never. These are... No, I take it back. Okay, I'm sorry. 140 out of 149. 20 out of 149. And 122 out of 149. So, purple cracked ice is numbered. So those are pretty cool. We've got I've only got one of the vertical purple cracked ice. It is numbered, what is that? 89 out of 149. Okay. Got some other purples here. I think these are these the waves? I don't remember what that design is. Now that one is not numbered, so these are more common. I've got 4 of those. I've got 2 variations of that one. Okay. Whoops. Hit that camera again. Yeah, not numbered. And we got one more purple here, at least for now. This is a nice looking card. That is the Hyper. Pretty sure. No, this one is 17 out of 55. So we got a lower count there. So purple's better. Now orange depends. The orange cracked ice, very common as we know. Those are not numbered. I've got 2 of those. I don't even have one in the vertical, if you want to call it that. I just got these horizontal variations. Now this one's nice. This is numbered. I think this is Hyper again. It is 19 out of 49. So pretty low. Got one of the variations, and I've got one of the standard. And this is also out of 49, 27 out of 49. I've got some more of the inserts. The Fearless, these are both the silver hollows. They're not numbered. Pretty common. Not as good as even the base cards, but for a few bucks, we'll take them. New Recruits, silver hollows. All right, then we get into blue. I got a ton of blue. And my holder just came apart. A lot of these blues are actually... I think all the blues might be numbered. I've got one of these, just hollow blues. This is 33 out of 199. Okay. I've got, I think these actually might be seismic with the waves. Yeah. But these are numbered as well. 8 out of 149. So number 8, pretty low, if that matters. 50 out of 149. So those are pretty cool. I've only got the variety of those. Now here is blue cracked ice. I've got 3 of these. They are actually numbered out of 99, if you can believe that. 9 out of 99, 4 out of 99, 95 out of 99. So I've got 3 of those as well. These are... So these waves, I have these in like every one, and I don't know what they're called. 165 out of 249. 244 out of 249. 69 out of 249, and 238 out of 249. So I've got 4 of those. And then we got some even more interesting. These are the, what do we call these? The Hypers. These are numbered as well, 67 out of 99. And we got 13 out of 99. And then we got, this is, what is this? I don't know. But it's numbered, 62 out of 249. I've only got one of those in the variation. And then here is the variation of the cracked ice. I've only got one, and it is numbered 79 out of 99. So all the blues, and I've got a few more blues to show you, all the blues are numbered. Now, I'm going to start pulling cards off of the stand. We get to the better stuff. This one It's a Monopoly, so I just stuck it up there because I ran out of space. But this one's kind of cool, though. It's not, you know, color matched by any means with this light blue. It's a really cool finish, and I think it is numbered out of, yeah. I got a low number, 15 out of 249. Nothing terribly special, but I was like, that's cool. I like that. I haven't seen that particular light blue before, so I was like, okay, I'll grab that. And it wasn't expensive. Okay, we were looking at blues. I've got some more blues. We got shimmers. Shimmers are always great. Shimmers are low numbered. I got one shimmer in the regular, and it is numbered 14 out of 19. Only 19 of these, so that's pretty cool. I did pay a little bit more for these shimmers, but I got these pretty early on, so, you know, most of this stuff I still under 20 bucks. Got a variation of the shimmer. 6 out of 19. So again, another low number on the blue shimmer. Purple. I did have another purple to show you. I've only got one of these, the variation. This is the Hyper, I believe. And 41 out of 55, so not quite as low, but a nice card nevertheless. And then this is the insert, but this one I particularly like. I didn't realize how low of a number these are. So the Fearless, you've seen earlier I had the base, and I had 2 of the hollows, the silvers. This is a green, what was this called again? Shoot, I forgot. Hyper, I think. Okay, but I got this for a really good price. 25 out of 25. They're actually not that many of these. I've not seen them before, but I got this under 20 bucks at the time, and I was like, okay, I'm grabbing that. Again, got it pretty early on. So, pretty cool card. The inserts are not that sought after, but when you got that kind of an insert, yes. All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. Mojos. Great looking cards. You can see by this particular design. Looks like sort of like leaves or something. They are numbered. This one's 16 out of 25, so pretty low numbers. I've got one of those. I've got a... No, I'm sorry. I got 2 of those. I do not have a variation, it turns out. I've got 2 of these. Yeah, I do not have a variation on it. 12 out of 25, so got those. All right. Now, the Tigers. I don't know what the deal is with Tiger. They're gorgeous. I love them. They're extremely popular. They're not numbered. I would imagine that there's still a rarity to them because they're priced higher. People are always grabbing them up. But I love them. I think they look great. So I grabbed a bunch. I got 3 of the, whatever you want to call, standard vertical. Again, not numbered, at least not these. But I got 3 of them. And then I got even more of the variations. Now these you have to pay a little bit more for. Some of these I've even got more recently. 20 bucks a piece. I've seen them as high as 50 or more. I'm not paying that much, sorry, especially when I already have this many. But those are cards, in fact, several of these numbered cards I will plan on sending someday to PSA. I do have another Mojo. I forgot about this. This one is, so I do have one of the variations. This one is numbered 23 out of 25. All right. We're coming to the near to the, I can't talk. We're almost to the end of the video, so I appreciate you guys sticking around. Snake skin, sometimes I've heard it called like venom skin or something. I don't know. Not venom skin, that wouldn't make sense. Venom? Snake venom maybe. Snake skin works for me. Again, not numbered, but very popular. I think it is a cool design. Got 2 of those, and I got 1 of the variations. Like the Tiger, got to pay a little bit more for those. Very, very popular. Okay, we got 2 more before I reveal the cream of the crop. These I'm very fond of. Had to get a couple golds. Golds, as you know, if a player is huge and you've got a gold card, I know these are the the Prism draft picks. These aren't like, you know, the actual Prism. Kel'el Ware, the gold Prism cards right now, insane prices on eBay, thousands of dollars. I don't think it has to do with Kel'el Ware. It has to do with the fact that it's a gold. But I got these at a great price. I had to pay a little bit more. We're talking upwards closer to $100. But the variation is numbered 1 out of 10. So there's only 10 of them, but I paid a little bit more because I was like, okay, it's 1. It's the first one. That's got to mean something, right? So I was willing to pay a little bit more for that. And I got that early on. Then I got one of these, which is numbered 2 out of 10. So I got number 1. I got number 2. How about that? So those are my 2 gold cards. Those may be the only golds I ever get at this point. Okay, here we go. Drum roll. I said at the beginning, or near the beginning, I have a 1 of 1. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for this card. You can, it's 1 of 1. There's only one in existence. You'll be able to find out online. So, whether you agree with me or not, it is the only one in existence. It is a draft picks, I understand. But here it is. The Nebula. 1 of 1. Kel'el Ware rookie card. Still in the PSA envelope, because when I purchased this from... It's actually sliding out of the... Oh boy. It's sliding out of the penny sleeve there. When I purchased this from the seller on eBay, it was going to be... part of the deal was it will be sent off to PSA to be authenticated. So this is the authenticity guaranteed. And you've even got the little QR code. I want to see if I can get this to come down a little bit. Anyways, I want you to see right there, 1 of 1. They put it like cursive if you've never seen one of these before. So what I'm about to say might drive you to just have a drink or something, but if you followed the Wemby chase, now it wasn't the draft picks, I understand. It was the Prism, 23-24 Prism, Wemby rookie in the San Antonio Spurs uniform. But the 1 of 1, I think it was the Nebula, some of you might have seen it, it sold for $750,000. And so when I saw this Kel'el Ware, and I saw how much they were asking, like I said, you look it up. I'm not going to tell you if you're really that interested. I saw the price. Yes, it is more than $100 for sure. Less than $1,000, I'll at least say that. But when I saw the price, I said, you know, this is the ultimate gamble. This is what you do. Maybe not the ultimate, but at least that I can afford at the time. Again, it's draft picks. You make the call, but it's the only card in existence. It's still Kel'el Ware, still rookie. Now, if he goes on to become a pretty big star, and I don't even know, I mean, do you even have to get this graded? It's the only one in existence. Who cares at that point? I may not. We'll see. But, you know, give it a couple years. If he becomes the next Wemby, if he becomes the next Giannis, this is gold right here. Not those. Not the gold. This is gold right here. And, you know, am I going to sell it one day? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sell all these. I like Kel'el Ware. The PC is going to be Michael Jordan. I've got a Michael Jordan collection, and I've probably... That's a whole different subject. I've got a video up from December last year if you want to see my Michael Jordan collection. Those cards, ironically, are probably worth a lot less than these that I've spent on. So this is more investment. This is, you know, yes, I'm going to sell these eventually just to keep my hobby going, because this stuff does cost money, and I do want to put that money towards Michael Jordan. Keep that collection growing. But anyways, we'll see how Kel'el Ware does. But that is the collection. So let me know what you think. Am I insane? Is this a smart move? Should I keep buying more? You know, I feel pretty satisfied right now. Occasionally I go on eBay and I say, you know what? If that's a couple bucks, and it's something that's going to grade well, and it's not a base card. I'm staying away from bases. I'm kind of sick of base cards right now because there's just so many of them. Yeah, I'll keep buying them. You know, if I see a tiger, which occasionally I'll go on and I'll see one for 14, 15 bucks, and it's a buy it now. Yeah, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy it. I don't care if it's draft picks. It's a tiger. It's still his rookie card. I'm going to do it. Anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know what card's your favorite. This might be your favorite. It may not be. Maybe the gold that was 1 of 10, just because it's, you know, the first one. Maybe it was something you saw at the beginning of the video. Maybe you don't like them at all. Maybe you think Kel'el Ware is going to do like Jaime Jaquez, who had an awful sophomore slump. So if Kel'el Ware does that, you know, here's the good news. I'm not going to be broke. I mean, I spent a good deal of money, but this is not like I've gone into my savings account or anything like that. But anyways, I'm happy to share this with you guys. I'm really proud of this collection I've amassed within less than a year, and it's investment. You know, it's the crude way of saying is gambling. The more realistic way is, yeah, it's like playing stocks, right? It's kind of like playing the stock market. You're putting stock into this player. We'll see. But let me know what you think. Again, thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again in some more videos.